What's up, gang? Welcome back to DizDad TV, and thank you again for joining me here on the channel. I appreciate it as always. Today's another reaction video, and we're checking out the brand new Disney Plus and Marvel series She-Hulk. This is the premiere episode of what I believe is 9 episodes for this show. But if you want to check out my reactions for other Marvel Star Wars shows, trailers, planning to do both She-Hulk and Andor this fall/winter. Be on the lookout for that. If you're into theme parks, I just got done co-hosting an Imagineering competition over the summer. You can find little short intro videos I put together for our contestants with information on their challenges, links to their projects for theme parks around the world. And I'm trying to map out and plan my own personal Imagineering series as well, either on a monthly or a bi-weekly basis, my own ideas for various attractions, restaurants, what have you at theme parks. So be on the lookout for that. Occasional Disney Parks videos will pop up on the channel as well, maybe a Planet Coaster/Imagineering series here in the future too. So if you're into theme parks, Disney, Marvel, Universal, what have you, kind of a wide variety, all that stuff here on the channel, appreciate you checking that out. But today is all about She-Hulk, and again, this new Disney Plus Marvel series. This is the, I think, 7th series we've gotten so far over the last year and a half plus, which is just insane to believe we've gotten that much content. And based on Comic-Con a few weeks ago and D23 coming out a couple weeks from today when I'm recording this, that much and more to come over the next couple of phases of Marvel. So if you're not tired of Marvel and Disney Plus series, you might be in a couple years. I don't think I'll be there. I lap this stuff up like crazy. Very much looking forward to this show. I've enjoyed the previous 6 shows to this point. None have been a surefire 100% hit for me just yet. Been the occasional episode or 2 here or there. It just didn't sit with me. But again, still enjoying these shows. Looking forward to seeing what they have in store for us with She-Hulk. From what I understand, these are going to be about 30 minutes or so for each episode, more of a sitcom, comedy-style format, so that very much appeals to me. It'll be a nice change of pace from what we've had so far. I'll be perfectly honest, I don't know a ton about She-Hulk. I don't have a lot of experience with her, with the character. Just when she's popped up in various titles I've read, team-up titles I've read over the years. Have not read a standalone She-Hulk comic, so I'm just looking forward to learning more about her, seeing what makes her tick, seeing what they have in store for her, both for this series and beyond with the MCU. I gotta assume when you introduce another Hulk into the Marvel Universe that she's gonna have some kind of impact down the road. So looking forward to all that. And all that being said, I'm just ready to jump into this series, and let's just go ahead and check it out.
What is the responsibility of those with power? Do they merely have an obligation to refrain from the misuse of that power?
It's been kind of an ongoing theme with the MCU for several years now.
You in the cave, and you are not helpful here at all.
I feel like this is going to land better coming from me. Look, we got plenty of time to switch things up and let me...
You can tell he's going to be kind of a douche, isn't he?
Stick the landing on this case.
You will. And if it doesn't go our way, we can just Hulk out, blow everyone's mind.
Is she already She-Hulk?
Yeah, about that. It's true. I am a Hulk. And I'm guessing you're
Nice. We're getting the 4th wall break early, which is cool.
not until you know all
I don't
about
know,
that,
again,
so
a ton about this character, but that's one thing I do know about her. I know we've seen this in Deadpool before, too, but that's going to be a nice little fun part of this series going forward.
My arm started to heal, and no one thought it was...
Hey, he's Bruce again.
I made this little device, which keeps me in human form.
Interesting.
Cheetos and chopsticks?
Yes, so you don't get Cheetos fingers.
Oh, that's brilliant. That is brilliant.
Steve Rogers did not have a girlfriend before he went into the service.
Says who?
The History Channel. So
What does this have to do with anything? Steve Rogers and girlfriends.
Captain America was a virgin.
Is that a Sicarian ship? Or is Sicarian even a word? A ship from Sakaar. I don't know what you would call that, but is that what that was? Ouch. Is he still Bruce, yeah?
Jen, get away from me. I'm bleeding. Get away.
Oh, wow. That was fast. Good grief. I didn't realize it happened quite that fast. We're just getting her origin story right off the bat. I noticed even with the inhibitor, though, he started changing to Hulk, too.
Or her. Or them.
But you do need shoes, because this is a public bathroom. Got some here. Take these, right?
Are they gonna primp her out? Oh my god, what are they putting on her? Look at that jacket. Wow.
What's up? How you doing?
Fine.
I don't think this is gonna end well for these guys.
Hey, we're just being friendly.
Yeah, where you going? So what? You two?
Better watch out, guys. Oh! I'm assuming that was Hulk taking her out. Wow, talk about a view. Is that an old Iron Man helmet?
But this is where I spent the blip fixing myself and integrating the Hulk banner identities.
Interesting.
Stark. He used to joke that it was a loner, and that one day he just
Everything in
swings
there
by-
is huge, man.
Did we hit a spaceship?
Yeah, Sakaran Class A courier craft. They're
Sicarian is a word. Good deal. I'm not crazy.
As in I'm gonna die?
no, there was more to it that I'm going to explain.
That is not the sentence it...
I have been analyzing your blood, and the way it synthesized gamma, I was able to use it to completely heal my arm.
Interesting.
Smug Hulk.
Smart.
Smug.
Smug Hulk, that's a good one.
Blood samples.
We gotta destroy her blood. Can't have any more Hulks running around, can we? Now that we got two.
Oh, wait. Jen, what is it? What do you need?
She's got a Hulk-sized appetite now.
You said multi-year?
About 15 years, give or take.
50?
It's crazy to think it's been 15 years of Hulk in movies. Wow, has it been that long?
Ooh, put on a Pixar movie. When Bing Bong jumps out of the wagon and...
Nice Disney synergy there with Pixar.
Yes, yes.
Ooh, that was costly.
Easy.
What is she, a
I'm a
horse?
stray horse.
Yes.
And I'm conscious.
This is incredible. You don't have an alter ego. You're the only.
Yeah, she's already merged both halves, like, in a day.
The first time, it was so intense I could barely remember what was happening, but now it's
She looks pretty good from a CGI perspective.
I guess we can just skip all that then.
He just ripped out a big old section of the book. 10 years worth, I guess.
Or Natasha for a little while would tell me a lullaby.
walk me through how that...
All these big events or a lullaby. That's crazy.
When people start seeing you as a monster that never goes away.
That's kind of the pain he's been living with for 15 years.
Oh, I thought it was about getting my butt tight as hell. Up, down.
Gross, Jen, I'm your cousin. Just
These two are pretty good together. Mighty Honk. What a way to wake up. Oh, crap. Oh, where did that end up? He was not going to let her show him up, was she? She's a little cocky. She's a little cocky.
that we can drink so much and not get drunk.
That is a huge drink. And a nice perk of being a Hulk.
No, I'm doing this.
Oh, wow. That is wild that she can do it at ease back and forth. And I will say, she's picked up all of this very easily. I don't know if it's the genetics thing, but this whole training montage, she just blew right through all of it.
Who's gonna protect the world if it isn't people like us?
Are you quoting a comic book right
I think that is in a comic book somewhere.
that I've always wanted to?
I spent a lifetime running.
It's a Hulk-sized Jeep, isn't it? Ooh. I don't think you'll like him when he's angry. Ooh. Are we gonna get a Hulk fight? Nice.
I really didn't want to do this.
Oh, thunderclap. Nice.
Tommy!
Oh, what has she got there? It's like a thunder sound clap or something. Obviously, it's bothering him. Oof. This is a good little fight scene. Oh, not the glasses. Not the glasses. Oh, is that the bar?
Sorry.
You're fixing it.
That was a good Hulk fight. That was a good Hulk fight.
Thanks. He doesn't mean that.
Did he hear that? Or was he looking at us?
Thank you, Bruce. Thanks for everything. And I'm sorry.
It's kind of an awkward hug.
We're an unfortunate byproduct of an ambitious expansion plan. Did my
So I
client
think that's
know
who
why-
she goes to work for based on the trailer, isn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
That's an entrance.
Thank you. Okay.
Of course. You don't want to destroy the shoes. That was a heck of a kick and a punch. I know we got to see more of that character. That's Titania, I think, isn't it right?
I'm ready to give my closing argument now.
Good episode. Really good song, too. I really enjoyed that. I think, from what I understand, there is an end credit scene with each of the 9 episodes, I do believe. So let's scan ahead and see what we can find. Here we go.
It's just so sad. Steve Rogers did so much for his country and he never got to experience sex.
What?
You see that ass? Like, that ass did not.
That was America's ass.
Steve Rogers is not a virgin. He lost his virginity to a girl in 1943 on the USO tour.
What?
I knew it. Captain America! Fuck!
Oh, gosh. Oh, what an ending for the episode. What do you even say after that? Oh, my gosh. What an ending for the episode. Where do you go from there? How do you segue that? I guess that was a nice callback to the very beginning of the episode. She and Bruce were in the car going through the countryside, what have you, and now I kind of understand why she was the whole line of questioning about how him being so busy and going from one disaster or cataclysmic event to another, and how busy the guy was according to the History Channel. And I'm very curious to know how Hulk knows he lost his virginity on the USO tour. Did we need to know that? I don't know, but that was super funny. Oh my gosh. What did you guys think of this episode? I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. We got the origin story obviously out of the way for the most part with She-Hulk. So I'm curious to see what the tone of the show is like going forward. I have to imagine it's going to be a lot different from this first episode as we start going into the court case or the lawyer aspect. So be very interesting to see the transition when we get to episode 2 and how that works and where the story goes from here. Right off the bat, we got a lot of Hulk, a lot of Bruce Banner in this episode, which is good to see. Honestly, we don't always get a ton of him in the films. So it was nice to get little tidbits of kind of what he'd been up to at various points over the previous years, even before Endgame. I'm assuming some of what he talked about sounded like it may have been taking place during the Civil War, Captain America Civil War time period, as he talked about Tony and Steve and that type of thing. So it was nice to get that from him, and some interesting things with him as well. Obviously, he started out as Bruce. He had something on his arm, some kind of inhibitor he'd put together, so he was able to go back to his human form. And then, of course, once he synthesizes Jen's blood, he's able to use that, heal his arm, and now he's also merged himself back into Professor, aka Smart, or Smug Hulk, as Jen called him, which is pretty funny. So very interesting stuff. And of course, the Sicarian ship. I was not crazy calling it Sicarian, so I'm glad about that. But very curious to see what that means for him going forward. And is he heading back to Sakaar in some fashion? I don't know how much more we'll see of him in this series. I'd be interested to see that. I feel like from the last trailer we had, all of his scenes that we saw in that trailer were in this episode. So, do they wait and save him for the final episode of the series? I would assume they'll want to focus on She-Hulk a good bit going forward, but so I would guess, again, we probably won't see him for a while, at least I would assume. And I'm trying to think movie-wise, kind of where he could pop up again. If this whole Sakaar thing does come about, does this mean a change for his character? I know that's been kind of a gripe of fans the last couple of years. Me too. I've enjoyed the Professor Hulk character. I wouldn't be averse to seeing him going back more to the Incredible, I don't want to say terrible, but the Incredible Hulk, Rage, all that type of thing. That was kind of a fun character to see, and it would make a lot of sense, just kind of thinking long term about Secret Wars. It's about 2-ish years out, and it makes some sense for his character to transform back into that role. So very curious to see what's in store for Hulk going forward and how much more we see. I think Guardians is the only space type film I can think of in the next couple phases, just off the top of my head. So, but it could just be an end credits scene, I guess, in a future film as well. So, be looking forward to that. She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters, Tatiana Maslany. I thought she was a great casting choice. Thoroughly enjoyed her in this episode. The back and forth, I think I mentioned in the reaction, the back and forth between her and Mark Ruffalo was great. She seems like the perfect casting choice for this character, at least from what I can see. Again, comics-wise, I don't know how it fits up, but I thoroughly enjoyed her in this role in this episode. So, looking forward to seeing what she does from here. And just enjoy this episode from top to bottom. I didn't have any really major qualms with it. It was a lot of fun. I thought the VFX, the CGI was really well done. That was kind of a complaint going back, not necessarily from the trailer, but the very first teaser we got several months ago. The CGI on her was a little rough, but I didn't notice anything glaring in this episode, and especially with her character. She was transitioning back and forth with ease, and I thought the effects looked really good. I wasn't really focused on it solely. I was just trying to enjoy the episode and the banter and all that, and kind of her origin. But I thought she looked great. I thought it was really well done. So kudos to the VFX staff on that. Only minor qualm, maybe, I guess, is she did pick up being a She-Hulk very quickly. I don't know if that's something that happened in the comics as well when part of her origin, but at least for this show, it was. She was mastering everything very quickly. And maybe it's a genetics thing. Again, I know there in the lab, Hulk mentioned her genetics were so advanced that he'd used her genetics to heal his arm. So maybe there's something there with her genetics that enabled her to pick it up this fast. Obviously, she blew through that first part. She didn't have that other self that was bothering her. She merged right away, and he ripped out a section of that book, a huge book of 15 years of being a Hulk. So she blew through a lot of that. It was funny. Again, the whole training montage with the two of them, it was well done. The Hulk fight, thoroughly enjoyed that. I don't imagine we'll get any more Hulk fights in this episode unless another Hulk shows up. They did destroy her blood just to hopefully prevent that, but they mentioned a third cousin that was as smart as well. So is that a potential future Hulk that we have on the horizon? I guess we'll find out in future episodes. But again, enjoyed it very much. Other than that, didn't really get much supporting character-wise. We just saw them briefly at the very beginning, Nikki, and then the very tail end. So I'm assuming once we get more into the lawyer aspect, we'll see much more of those characters. We do know going forward. I don't know how much we'll see of them, but I do know, Marvel character-wise, we'll see Wong, Abomination, of course, Daredevil at some point. I would imagine they're probably going to hold Daredevil for several episodes until much later in the series. So we've got that to look forward to. Again, curious what you guys thought, how this held up for you. Did you enjoy it? What were your overall thoughts? What are you looking forward to? What are you expecting next? Any Easter eggs you saw? I didn't really notice anything off the top of my head that I saw. I was trying to peek there in her office to see anything on the shelves. Nothing stood out to me that I'm sure there's something that I blatantly missed. So if you saw it, you point out anything I should know, but really enjoyed the episode. I'm looking forward to what we're going from here. Again, enjoyed this in format, how this is set up. The episode kind of blew by. Obviously, it was just under 30 minutes. That'll make for very easy watching. So I'm hoping the rest of the series keeps up with this and keep enjoying this going forward. So until next time, I'll be looking forward to episode 2, and I will check you guys out next time for that episode.